This is Quid Pro Roll, a fantasy live play adventure where a party of unlikely heroes embark on a quest to bring dragons back to their world.
After crushing the marble, you ended up in the on-fire capital of Marine. You saw that there was a red dragon wreaking absolute havoc, but you did not have time to face it. You stole some horses, or more accurately, saved the horses, and began riding back towards the Glade of the Nymphs. You wasted no time, using magic to keep the horses well-rested and healthy so that they could continue their run. You are now there, at the Glade of the Nymphs, standing at the threshold of the lair of Lord Alden. You can hear the waterfalls deeper within. You needed a place that was sanctified. You needed the 5 relics. You needed a dragon priest. You begin the climb up the stairs in quiet contemplation, each of you reflecting on what brought you here, on what you've learned about yourselves. All of you have changed. And I want to start out real quick by asking each of you kind of what's on your mind as you're reflecting back.
I mean, I think for Solinar, it's the realization that when all of this started, it was just like, it was kind of a gaffe. Like, oh yeah, I guess, we can see what this crazy kobold wants to show us out in the middle of the woods. It's probably an ambush, but who knows? Maybe it'll be interesting. And going from that to, this is something I could really make a name for myself with. And going from that to, this is the correct thing to do to bring some form of balance back to the world.
I think Koza thinks about, at first it was just like, oh, here's another, like, here's just a group of people that he could tag along with. Why not just tag along with this group? Because, he'd been kind of wandering alone by himself for a while, so maybe it would be good to be around some people for a bit. But he thinks about how these people have helped him, grow and learn more about himself and face both, like physical challenges that he didn't really expect to face in life, but also like emotional challenges of like, what to do about his parents and the kind of life that he wants to live and, the kind of connections he wants to have with people.
Johannes feels all of these thoughts kind of competing for attention in his head, not the sword. And he is aware of the kind of like cyclical nature of like, this started here and it's crazy that we're here again and everything has changed. Like everything, including here, which was perceived as this kind of like unassaultable bastion of good, has also been not only literally, but also in the way that we perceive it, changed forever. And he's like, all of this is kind of competing for attention, and he's kind of pushing it down. He's aware that there is so many things he can grab onto that would give some type of kind of like complex feelings, but knowing that he would end up taking the time to sit with them or be kind of lost in them or adrift, he's pushing them down because he's like, I've got to get this done. And just singularly focused and trying to push out anything that might be a distraction, because he's now so acutely aware of all of these people over in the Boris Empire who are facing imminent death and are dealing with the chaos of war and battle, but now it's been compounded by the fact that the capital here, which is not far away from his family, and he hasn't even been able to check in on them or what's going on with them, it is being assailed in a way that felt impregnable before. And all of these things he's just aware of how vulnerable the world is. And so he's like, I can't let anything distract me from this moment now. And he's just kind of like got this very focused gaze, and he's just continuing forward, following Alita.
You reach the top of the stairs, and the calm water that surrounds the platform belies the intensity of the moment that you are in. You can hear the waterfalls as they fall right next to where the stairs are. You can see the dancing light through the leaves as the trees blow in the wind, and in this moment there is peace. Alita sets to work, putting together what appears to be some kind of ritual circle, with each of the relics at one of the points, and the platinum relic sitting in the center. You see that the stone underneath each of the relics is rising, making its own pedestal for each of them. Alita walks over to the silver relic and stands behind it. I can't do the ritual. Johannes, this is up to you now.
Just tell me what needs to be done, and I will do it, Alita.
She's going to look to Solinar and Koza. Each of you stand behind one of these.
Solinar stands behind the copper, since that was the one that we got from Talair.
Yeah, Koza goes and stands behind the gold one.
Realizing that you are missing people, Alita is going to set Felix down, who will bound behind the brass relic with a meow. The bronze relic stands alone, but for just a split second, out of the corner of your eye, you feel like you see a man standing behind it, broad-shouldered and caped, wearing a stupid cowboy hat.
Johannes does the guard captain salute.
Johannes, you can feel something welling within you. A realization of what this ritual entails. The activation of the relics is beginning as they begin to softly glow. The brightness growing and increasing little by little by little until they are almost blinding. The ritual circle itself begins to glow, a soft breeze blowing upwards. You can feel lightning drag across your skin. You can feel fire burning around you, bubbling acid underneath your skin. You can feel all of the elements of the dragon surrounding you.
Dear dragons.
Starting off strong.
And universe. Planet Virion. What's the name of our planet?
You got it, buddy. It's Virion. You got it.
Thanks. I needed that. Dear dragons, this is Johannes. I am graduated from Paladin School, and I am a recent acolyte of you, the dragons, here on the planet Virion. If there's one thing that I can tell you, it's that we need you. Things have gotten pretty out of hand, actually, since you left. Every day, all of your followers, they sit there at the parapets and the windows and at the very high tippy-toppy points of the little churches, and they say, please come back. because we need you. We've seen towns get flipped upside down by not just the chromatic dragons that you were balancing, but also the kind of rush of power as people kind of like took advantage of the, backfilling spaces where all the tides were pouring in, where you used to hold such a consistent space. And more people are even forgetting about all the good things that you used to do. I barely even knew about them until I met Alita and began to go on this journey and see all of the things that we've lost. And I mean like lost. Like, not like I'm trying to find this thing, where is it? But we don't even know what that thing is anymore. And that's happening across all of Virion. Everybody is just kind of drifting and wandering. And it's led to strife and division and war. War's happening right now, and it's gonna engulf everybody and everything. We need you. Not just as like a beacon or a light, but also as a rock. We need a foundation. We need, yes, to see through the darkness. And honestly, and I hate to say this, but right now too, with all of the things that are happening, we need a sword. We need somebody to come in and save everybody. Because if not, I think the damage is gonna be irreparable. And then by the time you do come back, if that ever happens, I don't even think you'll recognize this place anymore. Virion, it feels like, is on the tipping point of a big change. And I just don't want to think about what it could be if you guys aren't here. Which is why we've worked really hard. From the beginning, Alita brought us all together, and she instilled in us this drive, the holy mission. We've worked so hard. We went to all your temples. We've met countless folk, and we know that this is what we need to do. And, we're just hoping it works. We're really hoping that you guys hear us, that you think that everything that we've done is good, and that you see all the work, not just that we've done, but everybody's done supporting us along the way. And you come in and you help us. Because if you guys don't help us, I don't know if we can help ourselves. I think we're a little bit in over our heads on this one. And I don't mean that because I'm a halfling, and that's not a hype joke, even though sometimes I say that when we're on the road. I mean it really now. Dear dragons, please come back. We need you. The metallic ones. The other ones, they're here. I figured it's taken me some time, but I got that figured out. We need you.
The ritual circle begins to glow even brighter, and the wind picks up until it is an upward gale. The relic that sits before you glows, and as your hand meets it, there is a warmth. A soft, pulsing warmth of something alive.
Well, as you've heard from Johannes, a lot of things are not how anyone would want them to be, but more than anything, it's a world out of balance. With you gone, the chromatic dragons have reached and grabbed more and more power and control over so many different aspects of this planet. And the things that they do with that power are terrible. More people live in conditions that no one should have to, and more people suffer every day. And I know bringing you back won't be the perfect solution to everyone's woes, but I like to think that without the chromatics holding so much control, maybe there'd be a chance for more of us to be able to make a bigger difference in our day-to-day lives. What once was wrong needs to be set right. We need metallic dragons back in this world.
As you finish your prayer, your invocation, The relic lights brilliantly, its wings unfolding and its mouth opening in a mighty roar. A gale surrounds you, whipping your clothes and hair up powerfully.
I feel like your return could make the world a place that's better for the people I care about, but at the very least I know that the world as it is right now isn't right for them, and we need to do something to make it so that it can be right for them. And I think my friends are right that restoring the balance through your return is the way forward. So, what once is wrong must be made right.
A gale whips around you, and as your clothes and hair are all battered upward, you can see that the circle around your feet, a fairy ring of mushrooms, has grown. The pedestal has roots and vines that have wrapped around it, holding it firmly in place. The relic's wings unravel and it opens its mouth in a roar. Alita turns and places her hand on her own relic, closing her eyes. I am no longer a priestess of the dragons. But we have shed so much blood and sweat and tears, and we have gone through so much to make this happen. The world must be made right. The balance must be restored. And we have fought for this. We have fought for this through so much. We've gained so much. We've lost so much. And all we need is for things to just be made right. I invoke you now for the final time. I invoke every metallic dragon that still draws breath, every one of you that is sealed. What was made wrong has to be made right. And a gale surrounds her. You see that Felix has his little feet propped up on one of the relics. There is a somber energy to him. But a gale whips up after just a moment. And though you cannot see it clearly through the wind and the magic whipping around, you can see the relic with the spectral figure glow.
What was once wrong must be made right.
Boat is there and has made his prayer. For this last fleeting moment, you're all together again. And in a burst of light and sound and wind, it goes quiet. Even the breeze that had been rustling the trees has stilled. The clouds overhead cease their movement, and it seems as if the sun itself brightens in the still air. You all stand there in the quiet, in the stillness.
I wasn't quite expecting the ground to open up and the skies to shatter and metallic dragons to come streaming from all directions. I was expecting something more grand than where we're at right now.
Yeah, does anybody feel different? My foot's tingling, but I think it just went to sleep.
I'm exhausted.
I'm pretty tired too, but I feel like that's to be expected. But also, I don't think any of us are dragons, so I don't think we would have come back. So,
Oh yeah, what would we be coming back from? Not vacation. That would...
Oh, could you imagine if one of us was a dragon, though?
Oh
and
my
we didn't
God.
know it?
You didn't know it the whole time? You pop poof right now and you become a dragon?
You see Felix look down at his little paws, and kind of huff in disappointment.
Felix, you're a dragon! Well,
Where would they come from?
Well, if Snuffles is a dragon, then
every horse is a dragon?
it's possible. Let's go find some horses.
As you step out of the glade, you do not see horses. But
Horses on main.
But there are no dragons standing in their place.
Ah,
But what you do see are figures cutting across the sky, opening their wings for the first time in centuries. You travel back towards Marine, no longer at the breakneck pace that you once had, hoping against hope that what you saw in the sky indicated success. What you did not see was after the ritual, the red dragon that had been destroying Marine was slammed into by a golden dragon of immense size, crying out into the night battle, the first thing it experiences after centuries of being sealed away. You do not see the transformation that Snuffles undergoes in the middle of the battle, the tide turning in an instant, in a moment, now that there is a dragon on the side of the Alarian army. You do not see ancient trees, the stones, the lakes, the rivers, the animals, everything that had been sealed away, reforming and reshaping into dragons of bronze and brass and copper and silver and gold. All of them taking to the skies to answer the call, to beat back the chromatic blight, to end this war before it even truly begins. You do not see the towns, the cities that have been dominated by the chromatics, those dragons being challenged. You do not see the fights because you have played your part in this war. And despite the fact that the world seems to be at war with dragons fighting in the skies, on the grounds, in the sea itself, your part has been played. You walk in the quiet, hoping that everything worked. You only learned that it did by the time you reach Marine. The town already having been extinguished, and the dragons having left. Rebuilding efforts not necessarily starting, but people picking up the pieces of the lives that had been lost and the lives that had been destroyed. There is not a peace, but a relief, a breath of air after a storm, after destruction. You can see that there are merchants passing out food to people who have been displaced.
Yes, today with the victory of the metallic dragons, all vegetables are free.
Despite all of this chaos and all of this destruction, in these small moments, you can see that the world is being made right. The fighting of the dragons clears the way, but the road is only truly built by the small acts of kindness and moments of humanity left behind in their wake. It takes 2 weeks before you're able to hear of what had happened in Venturion. Of the knights that went to Venturion, the only ones that return are Rain, June, Leandros, and Ainine. Much of the army fell. It looks bittersweet as people reunite with their families. After a few days of the army returning, notably, June returns with your animals in tow. Sans Snuffles. After a day or so, you guys and the rest of the people of Marine walk toward the palace, hearing the bells toll. There is a moment of quiet as Queen Elise steps out onto a balcony to address her subjects. It is there that she announces her successor. It is no longer Lady Rain of the Ilarian Knights, but Queen Rain of Ilaria. She steps forward, and you can see that a prosthetic has replaced her left arm and leg. It's this beautiful porcelain thing that has been painted in a Telerian style. It is a decoration worthy of a queen as she steps out. I know that we have all lost someone dear to us in this conflict. I know that there are things that we will never get back. But a new day has dawned. And I swear to you, every one of you, that Ilaria will rebuild stronger. Ilaria will rebuild kinder. And we will rebuild towards a world that will never see this kind of conflict again. I will do everything in my power to ensure that this darkness of the past few hundred years cannot be repeated. But I would not be able to stand here and make these vows if it was not for the heroes of Ilaria. She's going to gesture, and there's going to be this magical kind of light that will circle around each of you. Lord Solinar, Lord Johannes, Lord Koza, and Lady Alida will forever have the gratitude of the Kingdom of Ilaria, and truthfully, the rest of the world. It is with their sacrifice, and the sacrifices of the people who traveled alongside them, that we stand here today, all of us. Every one of you owes this coming peace to these brave people. And I hope you will join me in a celebration of them, of peace, and of a new age for Ilaria. The people cheer, and though there is chaos and destruction and piles of rubble and detritus everywhere, people bring together what they can, and a celebration begins. Not just in the honor of the new queen, but in the honor of all of you. None of you have to buy a single drink or piece of food, as everything is given to you, as everyone is scrambling to meet you, to buy you a drink, to hear your stories, to hear what happened on your adventures. What are all of you doing in this? Koza, we'll start with you.
Mackin.
Oh god, I feel like Koza would probably have been tempted to try to slip away, but he kind of realizes, like, let's not do that this time. And so he's trying to stick in the middle of everything, but he's getting really tired. He's like, thank you. Oh my goodness.
Are you tired or have you had too much to drink?
Oh, a little of both.
Yes.
He's fading fast. I think who else is here in the middle of it with me?
I think Solinar for sure would be right in the midst of the partying, but instead of the like somewhat tipsy, kind of tired, like, man, I could really just use a lay down, like Solinar is on top of a table singing sea shanties at the top of his lungs.
She set her sails for northern shores, and off to sea she went. As she went down unto the bay, she found that she'd need rent. All the sailors on the ship, all the men aboard, they seek their pay, they seek their lady, they will find their shore. They will find their shore.
Gabriel just quietly off screen. They will find their shore.
Yeah, did you make that one up?
Yeah, I made that one up.
Yeah, that was
Nice.
crushing it.
Fire.
Way to go, Josh. Inspiration point for you.
Oh, thank you. I'll
Yeah,
use that.
don't use
for
it all
all
in
of the
one
roles
place.
I'm about to do.
Koza, are you doing anything?
Well, I was gonna start I was gonna lean against my drunk compatriots, but they seem like they're moving around a little too much for that.
I think Solinar sees Koza close by and just like scoops an arm down, hooks it under Koza's shoulder, and tugs him to come get up on the table so that the two of them can sway together.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, Koza leans into that. I think he's almost.
Ho, the mushroom man comes.
As Koza gets up on the table, Solinar's like, "The night of mushrooms!"
Everybody cheers and like clanks their glasses together. As you guys are singing the sea shanties, you are accompanied by several musicians that have made their way into the place.
Real quick, at some point, Koza turns into a ferret and dances to the sea shanty as a little ferret.
Yes! He does the little wiggle.
Yeah.
Inevitable, really.
The musicians that play along with the sea shanty have started a bit of a dance floor, and you can see Alita is in the midst of it, kind of going from person to person to person as these old medieval dances sort of did. She seems lighter here, happier, like the weight of the world is literally no longer on her. Johannes?
Yeah, Johannes is kind of with the other knights and is going through a little bit of like, while there is celebration, there is some somberness as all the knights kind of do a knight/paladin ritual for those who didn't make it through. And so Johannes is doing that. It's kind of, touch of the crest, acknowledgement of service. We shall always be your sword. It's sort of deal. Johannes kind of turns to the party and he sees everybody having this great time and he sees his friends and everything. As much as he knows that he really wants to go and kind of immerse himself in the party, he also just takes a minute and just kind of like, I know it's been a bit of time already, but he just feels so tired. And he just kind of like sits up at the top of like the stage and the parapet where people were speaking from. And he just sits there and he kind of just watches.
As the attention is starting to go more towards the band playing music and the dance floor opening up, Solinar, first of all, makes sure that Koza is somewhere he won't get stepped on so that he can keep dancing in ferret form.
He is going to currently be being held aloft by a group of excited people who are both celebrating him and scritching his little ears.
They've created a dance floor with their palms.
I think at some point I am a limp little ferret getting passed around as I just am.
Pass the party, ferret!
Yeah.
Ferret crowd surfing sounds amazing.
Yeah.
Solinar jumps off the table, joins the dance floor, slides between multiple people, kind of immersing himself in the dance, but working himself in a direction with intent, and appears suddenly as Alita's next partner in the line. immediately beside the person who is to be Alita's next partner. The guy's like, oh man, but then like gets out of the way, and Solinar sweeps Alita into a ballroom style grip and swings her around a couple of times, and then as the music is picking up, he spins her a couple of times, dips her, and plants a big kiss right on her lips.
Her eyes are going to be dinner plate sized, which, while not emphasized quite as much, since it's not the only part of her face you can see now, you can also see that her face is tomato red.
As he brings her back up and continues to dance so that they don't get run over by others dancing, he says, no regrets, no hesitation. Now we can live for us.
Yeah. I guess we can.
And he does another big, like, waltz-style 3-step swing out and sends her spinning.
The party goes well through the night and into the next day, and you all collapse into rooms that have been provided for you in the palace, still standing even after all of the chaos. And you all sleep for well over a day. Food and tea and water is all brought into your rooms, but you are mostly left alone, allowed to rest, allowed to recover. At one point, you come down to breakfast, lunch. Time has sort of lost its meaning in the past few days. And you see the former queen, Elise, sitting at the table. She looks up at you, and though her eyes are closed, she smiles. She can hear you coming. I owe all of you a thanks for what you have done for us.
I don't know that we could have done any less, Your Highness, or your ladyship, your regalness.
Lady Elise. I will stay in the palace as Queen Rain's advisor until I see fit to step away from courtly life.
Well, may you hold that role for as many years as you find fascinating. And Solinar does his best deep courtly bow, which still isn't great, but it's passable.
I want you to know that I did put together something before I stepped down. It was my final act as queen. She's going to go through what appears to be a small pouch beside her, and she's going to pull out a large rolled piece of vellum and slide it across the table at all of you. As you unroll the vellum, you can see that it is a sketch of a statue to stand in the center square of Marine, where a fountain had once been. The statue is you. Koza, Johannes, Solinar, Alita, and Boat. All of you standing heroically, looking up to the sky to a brighter future. You can see sketched there is a plaque that says, "To those who fight for tomorrow." I had it commissioned, and the final orders were put in as my final act as queen.
So you're saying no changes? Okay, well, looks great.
If you object to it truly, you are more than welcome to tell the sculptor.
Okay, well,
I could not tell if there was something that needed to be changed.
the only real thing that I'm gonna probably tell him is gonna have to chisel off that mace, because I haven't had a mace for a hot minute.
Would you stay for reconstruction, Lord Johannes?
No, I've decided to keep moving. Lady Rain also invited me to join the Knights, and while I'm really grateful, and I might still take her up on it at a later point in time, I don't know, I feel a little restless. I think I'm gonna start moving. Plus, I got a home that I have to go check on. I haven't been back in a bit, and last time I was there, it had actually a horrible bug infection, so I really should check on that. More of an infestation, I guess. So that needs to happen. But yeah, I think I'm gonna just hit the road for a bit. I need to go and I need to see some people, and I feel a little too restless at the moment. But I really appreciate it, and obviously it doesn't happen overnight, so maybe I'll be back before the end. But yeah, thanks, not Queen.
Lord Koza, what about you?
I guess things are kind of maybe unresolved with my parents, and so I think I'm gonna have to go home for at least a little bit and figure out what I'm gonna do.
Imagine being a continental hero and being like, yeah, I don't want to get grounded. I didn't take out that trash. It's just, there's a lot going on. I think I left an anvil in the oven.
I wish you all of the fortune, Lord Koza.
Thank you.
And you, Lord Solinar?
I mean, I was thinking it'd be nice to see more of the sights, but with less of the danger, Do a little traveling, see some towns we didn't get to visit, spend a little more time in some of the places we did. I need to go back to Talair and check in with my mom. Did my dad ever make it here? I told him to come and check in with you, but Harold Vakis is, well, he doesn't look like someone who belongs in a noble's court.
Your father has decided to stay with some of the tinkers that live not far from here. I have done what I can to ensure his health and his comfort, but I don't believe he moves as dexterously as he once did.
Well, he is getting up there in years, and he has spent a lot of his life not taking nearly good enough care of himself. But he'll be my first stop then. I'll want to check in on him, and then I'll need to go back to Talair to check in on my mother. And then, honestly, I'd like to go back to Ocean Var and check in on Mahani. I don't know. I know she made it to Venturian with some forces to help support our mission, but so many were lost. I worry about what may have happened. Honestly, before all of us part ways, I was hoping that you'd had news about whether they'd managed to find Boat's body.
They did. He is going to be interred, unless you have any objections or knowledge of how he wanted his last rites to be handled. My plan was to inter him in the graveyard of the Knights, as an honored hero of Alaria.
I don't know what his last wishes would have been, to be honest.
There will be time. There is no rush, and you all are welcome to stay in the palace for as long as you'd like. I am glad that the end of my reign oversaw you all becoming the heroes you are. Alaria owes you a debt that will never truly be repaid. Know that wherever you go, you have friends here.
Thank you, Lady Elise. And I would hope that it never comes to this, but should you have need of us again, you need only let us know.
She's going to reach out and lay her hand on top of yours. There will be other heroes, and there will be other crises. Now is the time to take the rest that you have earned. Sometimes you are allowed to lay down your weapon and close the story. You owe none of us anything more than you have given. The next day or two are bittersweet as you all begin your preparations to leave and ultimately go your separate ways. The funeral that you attend for Boat is fit for a prince. The stone that he is laid under is beautiful. A statue of him stands right behind it. On his tombstone, under his name and his days of birth and death, are Charles Barnes, friend, warrior, king of the squared circle.
So as they're doing the final viewing of the body, Solinar approaches the casket and he produces a small silver figurine that he had made of a cheddar and ham biscuit. And he tucks it into the casket with Boat, and he's like, there you go, buddy. I always have a little bit of that sweet, salty pork and enough biscuits for whatever gravy you've got going on up there.
Johannes walks up and he says, I really miss you, buddy, but I wanted to let you know, don't worry. Opened a really nice orphanage under your name. Charles Gravy Boat Barnes Orphanage for kids who don't have parents. And it's doing some great things. And I just wanted to let you know, because I know that meant a lot to you.
I guess I didn't know you as long as the rest of the party, but I do feel like you're a very supportive person, and I feel like you mostly always try to do the right thing, and I'm again, even if I didn't know you for all that long, I'm gonna miss you.
Alita will walk up. You were a selfish asshole, but you did do good. You undid some of that good sometimes, but we couldn't have saved the world without you. And I'm always going to remember you. Sometimes it will be fondly, sometimes it will be in exasperation. But I do think in a lot of those moments, I will miss you. At the end of the funeral, after Boat is laid to rest under a shower of flowers, you all pick up your gear and head towards the outskirts of the city.
Solinar, before they leave, Solinar reaches into his pack and he pulls out this old busted bell, this old busted ringside bell, and he takes out a little mallet and he rings it 10 times in sequence.
You all stand outside the gates of Marine. Your pack's ready, your animals rested and watered. And you all kind of look at each other in silence.
All right. When are we meeting back up?
What do you mean?
Well, we gotta come back together soon. This isn't goodbye. This is goodbye for a very specific amount of time. And then we're back.
Should we do regular meetups?
That'll be difficult with how everyone's traveling, wouldn't it?
We can figure that out after the first one. Everybody, we all put our pinkies in. We decide when we're gonna be back. How much time does everybody think they need? I'm always bad at estimating how long travel takes.
I think for the rounds I want to run, at the pace I want to run them, give me 2 years.
Whoa.
I got a lot of traveling to do, and I plan to not do it as if bounty hunters are on my heels.
Well, 2 years seems like a mighty long time. I'm going to say I'll be back here, and every year I'll be right at this spot. Give or take 3 days, because you know me, I get up into shenanigans.
What if there's... I'm going to go open a random door real quick.
You're at the gates of the city, so what, do you wander to somebody's house?
If there's just a door, I'm just going to open it and see if...
He's doing the see if he needs Moodsy more than anybody else in that moment.
Yeah, because I think maybe in this moment, I need some way of communicating with my friends more than anybody else. And so I'm looking
Roll a d20 for me.
some sending stones, and Moonsies is the one place I know who might have some sending stones.
Moonsies, your one-stop shop for bittersweet endings.
Is there any modifier on this?
Do you have any inspiration points left?
Probably. I feel like I never used inspiration points. So we'll just say...
You guys didn't keep track of any of the inspiration.
I'm sure at one point there was a cat.
It's been 7 years!
There was a cat when I had a paper character sheet. I don't know if I ever used that cat. I rolled a 16. If I re-rolled that, I would get a 19.
At the 19, you walk over to what appears to be a guard station door and open it, hearing the echoed call. Hello, my friend!
Moonsy, perfect. I was hoping you might be here. And, I was wondering, do you happen to have, maybe some, sending stones? Look, we're trying, because we want to keep all our... We're trying to figure out how we keep in contact. And we all have some, I guess, future adventures that we all need to go on. And that might make things kind of difficult.
I am, unfortunately, my friend, out of sending stones. But fear not, I have a wonderful new magic item that has just come in stock.
Oh?
And he pulls out a set of 3 daggers.
Hey, everybody! Moonsy's got some cool shit for us.
Solinar pops his head into the door. Moodsy, good to see you. Is that a saxophone?
My friend, this odd invention will allow you to take the socks of your friends and communicate using that.
Dude, I've got so many socks, y'all. Like, in my inventory, I have lots of socks. Not all of them mine.
You all are going to purchase the daggers and exchange socks, keeping yourselves in contact, no matter how far apart you go. This isn't goodbye. This is see you later. Alita is going to hug both Koza and Johannes. Thank you for everything.
Turn that around and say it back to yourself.
I couldn't have done any of this without you.
Pish posh. You would have been able to find 4 other secret top magic hero of prophecy. We just happened to be in the right place at the right time to be part of this. And it was really great. But wouldn't have happened without Literally you. Leader. A leader. We never made that joke before.
I'm glad that you are so dedicated to this. I don't think without your dedication, I would have, there wouldn't have been this group for me to find. You know, I guess, it's just so important. So, thank you.
I'll see you guys soon. Yeah?
Yeah.
Pretty much the soonest. Man, after everything we've been through, a year is gonna go like that. Plus, we're always on the saxophone.
Solinar gives Johannes and Koza each a quick hug, and he says, "All right, I'll see you guys. I know you'll be back here in a year. I think that's be tough for me to hit, but if I hit it, then I hit it. And if I don't, then I'll see you in 2.
If you hit it, you hit it. If you don't, you don't. I'm one saxophone call away, so just keep me posted. No worries either way.
Good call, Koza.
I'm glad it worked out.
You think that's a good call? Wait till Koza starts calling us at 6 a.m. Man, this guy's always an early riser.
You better not be calling me at 6 a.m. I plan to sleep in for the next decade.
What are you going to do to Koza if he calls you early, huh? How are you going to stop him?
I'll call him back at 2 in the morning.
You're going to get drunk sock dialed.
Oh, no.
I love you all. And I'm going to see you again soon, all right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Not goodbye. Just see you soon. Johannes turns and he starts walking. After saluting you both.
Solinar turns to Alita and goes, "You ready?"
Yeah. Let's go. And she's going to take his hand as they start walking.
Koza's gonna turn into a bird.
Hell
Koza's
yeah.
gonna turn into a bird and fly into the sun. No, I don't think that's the right direction for.
He's going to fly into the sun. Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm done!
Just like, it's been awkward, guys.
Yeah.
As Koza flies into the horizon, seeking to head back to Aberdeen and really decide on the man he's going to become, Johannes sets out on his own, ready to continue traveling and spread as much good as he can, both in the name of soon, old habits die hard, of course, and in the name of Bahamut, the god of dragons. Solinar and Alita head off together, Midnight and Barnaby in tow, and decide to retrace some of their steps, this time without the threat of death at their heels. And above all of you, you can feel that somewhere, wherever it is that we go beyond this mortal coil, that boat sees all of you and smiles.
Thank you.